Good afternoon. It's September 17th, 2020. And this is episode 17 of Rob Explains, your daily podcast discussing and explaining cool, random, and interesting things. I'm Rob. Thanks for joining me. One of the things that has stuck with me since early in childhood is a saying from a show that I can't even remember the source, but it went along the lines of, "That's not funny, haha, it's funny weird." Now, everyone knows that sometimes we laugh in situations where laughter is not only not appropriate, but actually makes a situation worse. So why is that? Why can we sometimes not help but giggle in an awkward or terrible situation? Well, what if I told you that laughter wasn't really about something being funny, but rather it was an evolutionary adaptation to make you more of a social animal? Laughter is one of the things that we share with other mammals in the animal kingdom. Primates laugh. Rats even will giggle when they're tickled. So there has to be something more at work here than just finding things funny. Because obviously, though primates may have a sense of humor, other animals don't. Well, when you laugh, you actually release endorphins into your body. And endorphins basically heighten all of your physical and mental sensations. It is one of the key neurobiological responses that also build social bonding. And this can actually be shown through a scientific study. It has been proven that if you watch a video clip by yourself versus in a room with others, you are 30% more likely to laugh if you're in a room with other people. The laughter of others, or the availability of others to laugh along with you, will generally make something more funny. Now, it will not change the way that you're actually reacting to the material. It just changes your physical reaction. And the same can be said for those awkward or distressing situations where you laugh. It's not that anything is funny at all, because your reaction to the situation, your mental reaction, is not changing. But when you are in an awkward situation, there is generally going to be another person around. That's what makes it awkward. When you're in a pretty terrible situation, generally there's going to be another person around. And that laughter is a way of reaching out to the person and trying to bond with them over this bad thing that just happened, or this awkward thing that just happened. And in fact, some science points to the fact that there are members of our community who take our bonding on their back. Have you ever been with a group of 5, 10 people and something truly awkward happens? Everyone knows that it's awkward and everyone can feel the awkward tension in the air, but someone feels the need to point out how awkward it is. Well, that person has taken onto themselves the duty of bonding everyone in the group, because someone needs to give us permission to laugh. And when they point out how awkward the situation is, it allows us to laugh at that rather than at the situation. Now, in groups that are smaller, or where you don't have that leader amongst the bonding, oftentimes you're just overtaken by the need to share without saying anything at all. And laughter is a great way to do that. It's saying, we're all here, we're experiencing this together. And by you laughing, it gives others permission to laugh. Now, this can actually be used in a negative context as well. Teasing that brings forth laughter is also meant for social bonding. It's meant to say, hey, there is an us and there is a them. And by directing our ire at the them, we, the us, can bond in laughter over it. It's as natural as anything in the animal kingdom, but it's also something we can overcome. Lincoln used the term the better angels of our nature, and that is really what we should go for. In situations where teasing may bring about social bonding in your social group, why not just include that other person and find a different reason to laugh? Laughter can also help the social bonding and ice breaking of one person to a group. Some of the best advice I was ever given was, when speaking to any large group, be self-deprecating and be humorous right at the beginning, no matter what the news you're trying to break is. Because by making yourself the butt of a joke, it makes everyone laugh, and that opens them up to whatever information you're trying to offer them. Humor and laughter here is also causing social bonding, but it's making people look at you and to kind of lower their walls to listen to what you have to say. Now, all of that being said, there are two types of human laughter. The first is Duchenne laughter. This kind of laughter is spontaneous, it's emotional, it's impulsive, and it's involuntary. It's a genuine kind of laughter. It's the laughter you see from babies and small children, where they don't understand the social aspects, the social bonding that can come from laughter. They are just struck that something is humorous. And even as adults, we have that. Any comedy show you go to is meant to try and tap into that Duchenne level laughter. But then, of course, there is non-Duchenne laughter, and that depends far more on the social bonding aspects. It can be inappropriate at times, it can be awkward, but it's meant to tap into the thought that we are here together and we're going to bond over this weird scenario. The real question is, where does this response come from? And scientists aren't sure. We know that primates laugh. They express essentially Duchenne laughter, which is just impulsive and can't be controlled. When they find something amusing or humorous, they'll laugh. But at some point, once humans had separated from great apes, we use this impulsive, uncontrollable aspect of our reactions, and we built on top of that a social bonding that is not natural. It's something we developed, and no one really knows why. And why did we choose laughter as the thing that brought that about? It's similar to the concept of being calm with someone combing your hair or rubbing your shoulders. Both of those are reminiscent of early ancestor behaviors that were social buildings and social bonding. Grooming each other was a way that you built a community. And a shoulder rub or combing or running your fingers through someone's hair is essentially bringing about that same reaction. But it's so much easier to draw a line straight from the source to how that reaction occurs now. It's much less clear how we draw a line from finding something humorous and then unintentionally building a social bond through the same response. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Rob Explains. Look for new episodes daily wherever you listen to podcasts, and subscribe to make sure you don't miss an episode. Do you have a subject you'd like me to cover, or just looking for more Rob Explains? Find us online on all social media at Rob Explains. Got a comment, question, or query? Or did I get something wrong and you want to correct me? Shoot me an email, rob@robexplains.com, or you can leave a comment down below. I'll check those right after the show goes live. And you can send me a message, anchor.fm/RobExplains/message. And in the form of a voicemail, I can actually include it in a future episode. Once again, thank you for joining me. Until next time, this is Rob. Take care of yourselves and each other. Have a great day.